Hello, welcome back tuning into the final Christmas update. We've done 22 updates so far. This will be 23rd. And last update, because we've virtually run out of time, I was hoping to do 25, so it would have been nice and even with the 25th day of December being Christmas Day, of course, but we couldn't quite get there. So this is going to be the last Christmas update anyway, although on Christmas Eve there will be a weekend forecast covering the whole of the Christmas week, so that'll be on Christmas Eve. But this is the final time here on the Christmas updates page anyway, that we're going to have a look at the weather for the Christmas period. So the storyline of all of this is that we started at the beginning of November, and to start off with, the models was, the long-range model, CFS V2 anyway, was sort of hinting at the chance of a colder Christmas, actually. We did get some pretty cold runs appearing in those early updates at the beginning of November. But after around the 7th, 8th update, they began to fizzle out. And the CFS and then subsequently the GFS did latch on to this pattern of having a fairly mild Atlantic-driven Christmas. And that is indeed what it looks like we're almost certain to get now. Although, having said that, we will bring some colder air into the north on Christmas Eve, and that will hang around in the north on Christmas Day. The south on Christmas Day, though, will turn wet and mild, and eventually after that, I think we'll push that milder air northwards across all parts of the country. But don't rule out the prospect of perhaps a little bit of snow across northern high ground on Christmas Day, and maybe particularly on Boxing Day as a band of rain moves northwards. So I'll show you the detail on the Christmas period in a second, but before we go on with that, just say about the ads, just articles on all pages of Gaston, have a browse widgets and click through links to the articles that you're interested in. Thanks so much for doing that. There's video ads on most pages which open up the content when you watch them, they'll close back up again. And just say thanks very much to everybody that's done their Christmas shopping via the Amazon shop. Of course, time has run out now to get those Christmas presents to you, but I know a lot of you have done Christmas shopping via the Amazon banners in Christmas shop. So big thank you to all of you that's done that. It has helped tremendously to pay for the website, so thanks so much to everybody that did that. Right, let's start off on Christmas Eve then for this final Christmas update, and we've got an area of low pressure moving in off the Atlantic with quite an active weather front as well. So we're losing the milder air, the yellow colours with the upper air temperature showing that they're shifting away to the east with cooler and indeed colder air coming in from the northwest. A lot of rain sweeping across the country on Christmas Eve morning, and that moves eastwards through the course of the afternoon. So it's one of those days where it starts off wet and windy, maybe gales in places, and then it'll calm down in the afternoon, so persistent rain clears away. Notice showers in the north and west, and I wouldn't rule out the chance that some of those showers could turn wintry across the northern and western parts of Scotland, especially over high ground. Starts off very mild through the course of Christmas Eve, but does turn colder as that cold front and the rain clears away. Temperatures drop down into single figures across most parts of the country. In Scotland, we're down to just 3 or 4 degrees, so there is potential there for some wintriness over high ground. Christmas Day looks like this, so we start off probably fairly calm, but the next area of low pressure will be moving in from the Atlantic, trying to reintroduce a very mild airflow from the Azores, and of course with that warmth there's going to be the potential for a lot of heavy rain as well. Here's the upper air temperatures for Christmas Day. We've got very mild air just starting to pump into the south again. Otherwise, most parts of the country actually fairly cool in those green colours. So a dry start to Christmas Day will very quickly be replaced by heavy rain moving in across England and Wales through the course of the morning, and then that'll gradually spread northwards through the course of the afternoon, moving into particularly North Wales and Northern England by the end of the afternoon, with the south probably turning mostly dry, and the north staying dry. Scotland should stay mostly dry. Could be wintry showers around northern and western facing hills and coasts, otherwise mostly dry in Scotland. And it will be quite cold up there on Christmas Day as well. This is how we start off with the temperatures for the big day, so fairly chilly feel. There could certainly be frost for Northern Ireland, Scotland, parts of Northern England too perhaps, and then through the day the temperatures will increase in the south, so it becomes very mild again after a chilly start. Temperatures for central parts of England and Wales going up to 12, 13, 14, just as we've had it throughout the whole of the month really, but you don't have to go very far north to keep the cool feel. So for North Wales, Northern England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, we're just down down to 4, 5, 6 degrees, about average really for the time of year, but it'll certainly be seasonably feeling if you're going outside. And then we move through into Boxing Day, and I'm a bit concerned about this because we've still got a system here out to west of the country. There's still a weather front lying across northern England. This is just in the area that was flooded around Cumbria, that sort of area, earlier in the month. So I'm a little bit concerned about what's going on actually in terms of the Christmas forecast. Upper air temperatures show that it's still fairly cold for Scotland, very mild for England and Wales. Look at all that rain that's falling again across Wales and northern England. Exactly where we don't want it. We do need to keep an eye out for this. I know that people at the UK Met Office carry on working throughout the Christmas period, so if you are concerned about the chance of flooding on Christmas Day, Boxing Day, it seems very horrible to be talking about people possibly being flooded out for Christmas Day, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did happen, to be honest, across some parts of Wales and northern England. And the rain just carries on throughout Boxing Day there across northern England to southern Scotland. Temperatures in the south very mild, around 13 degrees. In the north though still cold. On the leading edge of that rain across parts of southern Scotland particularly, there could be some snow. Moving out to the period between Christmas and New Year, we start to reintroduce milder air from the south, so it turns drier on Sunday the 27th, and it'll be very mild as well across most parts of the country, temperatures into double figures. The rain eases off, as you can see. Monday the 28th, we're into this southerly flow. Could be some rain in the very far west, but most places will be dry. Could be very mild though with this southerly flow, with temperatures possibly up to 10 to 12 or 13 Celsius. That carries on into 29th as well. So the period between Christmas and New Year looking very mild. Fair amount of dry weather, although by the time we get through to the 30th of December, could start to bring in some wetter and quite windy conditions into the west. The east, even then, still probably mostly dry. Temperatures still generally fairly mild with the wind from the south. And then for New Year's Eve, the Atlantic begins to break through then. So band of rain coming across the country with cooler air following, sunshine and showers. New Year's Day, the first day of 2016, looks like this, turning wet and windy again in the west. The east mostly dry, running out through the first week of January. It stays unsettled. And notice that the jet stream is moving southwards through the first week of January as low pressure starts to go on a northwest-southeast trajectory. I spoke about this in the video earlier on. You can find it on the homepage. But as we get through to the start of January, we could find the jet stream shifting a bit further south. We could perhaps find some colder air beginning to dig in, particularly from around Greenland, that sort of area. So maybe the chance of feeling a bit colder as we get through to the first week of 2016. We'll have to watch out for that. Notice by the end of a GFS run 384 hours away, there's an incredibly deep and severe cold pool setting up across Scandinavia. That's a very long way off, and I wouldn't be too concerned about that. But I think the signals for the first week of January could well be indicating that it turns a little bit colder with winds going into a northwest-southeast type pattern. But as far as Christmas is concerned, it's looking mild for most parts, although it will be colder in the north. And watch out for rain. There's going to be a lot of rain around this Christmas, and I do worry a little bit about the chance of flooding perhaps through parts of Wales, northern England, southwestern Scotland once again. So that's the final Christmas update. It'll be the weekend forecast on Christmas Eve. Thanks to everybody that stuck with these updates through the past couple of months. I know I haven't finished up with the Christmas that most of you want, which will be cold and snow. But I hope you've enjoyed the updates. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.